I am Ahmed Nasr, a Vice President Business Development at Wejo. In my capacity, I am managing the EU marketplace for the traffic team, and I have been here for nearly a year. EV is gaining more and more market share in several European countries. Norway by far is the leader as EV gained their almost 20% market share in just 3 years, with almost 80% of the market share of all newly sold vehicles. Another example is Belgium, the heart of Europe, where EV currently represent about 8% of the Belgian car market, with plans for the capital Brussels to ban all diesel cars as of 2030. It's not far anymore, and benzene engines as of 2035. This is similar to what the European Commission has decided to ban the sales of new vehicles with traditional combustion engines, so both diesel and benzene, in the EU as of 2035, which will definitely bring the sales of EV vehicles to 100% in the 27 EU countries by that time. As Wejo is positioned to be a trusted player between the OEMs and the Tier 1 suppliers, we can allow sharing the OEM data to those Tier 1 suppliers. They can use it in return to enhance their own supplied products to those OEMs. For instance, if they can get insights of the battery behavior, they can improve its operations, lifetime, or even certain components of this type of batteries. Wejo can help associations such as ASEA, which is really the stakeholders for the EU OEM manufacturers, to apply a specific use cases related to the EV data and validate the related assumptions. So results of such use cases can be shared with those OEMs for a better awareness and insights, and this for sure can help them assess the added value and any potential limitation due to privacy or any security risk. And by that, they can really stick to the core business and really offer the right data, which will help the right use cases. There will be always the standard use cases related to traffic management. How do people move from point A to point B? How do we manage congestion? What about event planning? What about the historical traffic trends and patterns, micro and macro network management, etc.? These are the traditional standard use cases that can be common with other engine types. But when we have a more detailed look in the uniqueness of the type of the EV data parameters, we can, for instance, use the battery information to enable stakeholders to estimate the remaining distance before recharging, which will reduce driver range anxiety. This type of data can be further enriched with machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms to unlock additional use cases, especially with regard to finding the right location for installing charging points to support EV adoptions and investment choices for infrastructures. This is one of the use cases that we have a lot of requests currently. People would like to know what is the best location to install the next charging point for the EV. They need to understand how the people move around it. Do really people will pass from here, or it will be a waste of investment? That's why the data is needed to have this type of decisions. And for instance, by analyzing the charging behavior of the EV drivers, we can help utility providers to manage the grid balance and modulate supply of electricity. That's another use case. Of course, utility providers do have access to home charging devices, but then we can monitor the entire lifetime charging of that specific vehicle, so they understand where this type of vehicle can move around in the network, and what is the patterns of charging, when do they actually most of the time charging, etc. This is all data insights. One of the known facts about EV is its weight. So generally, it can reach 3 to 4 times the weight of a traditional combustion engine, simply due to installed batteries and electrical components. So this extra weight is creating a new challenge for the infrastructure. There are several stakeholders could be impacted by that. So for instance, this extra load can impact the roads, can help degrade or deform certain roads, specifically if there is a low quality. Similar when there is a heavy trucks are passing through a certain roads. Extra weight can be crucial to understand the impact of accidents, as the critical mass of a vehicle is always moving towards the less critical mass, in this example, other vehicle engine types. For accidents and safety on the road, we need to understand the trajectory of the accident and how impactful this accident to the other vehicles and the safety of the drivers and the people in the other vehicles. Third use case about the weight could be that due to the load of the vehicle on the tires, that the tires are deteriorating a bit faster. That means the manufacturers of the tires would like to have insight into the tires and the lifespan and the lifetime of the tires. This is only possible due to the data that we collect from the vehicle. With those three examples, we can see that really there are additional challenges happening in the infrastructure. For every challenge, there is a solution.